All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Trevino, and I am going to be sharing with you about an amazing product and opportunity we found. We're working to really make this more accessible so that we can meet the needs of the deaf community and make sure that they have full access to all the information we have access to. Okay. So I'm going to try this and screen share and see how we work. Okay. So can you see LifeWave?
Yes.
And can you still see the interpreter?
Yes.
Amen. All right. Now, LifeWave is a company that's been in business a little bit over 20 years. And they have an amazing product that has honestly changed my life. Um, and so I'm going to try to give you some backstory and just fill you in on this product, the opportunity, and how it can meet the community that you live in and the family and the friends that you have who deal with pain, discomfort, and other health conditions and issues that these patches do so much for. Okay. So, first of all, this is David Schmidt. He is the CEO and inventor of X39. And X39 and most of our products are patches that are nanotechnology. And they look like this. I'm going to show you one. This is a patch. Okay. And in it is age reversing technology. In 2008, David really started focusing on stem cell research. And it's a different thought process entirely. They have many other products that were already on the market that were also nanotechnology, but they did not focus on stem cell reactivation. He has over 200 patents at this point, and the recent patent, the patent that took 10 years to make happen was X39. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about X39. One of the things that I want to note is that he is a man of faith, but he is also a man of science. And every single thing that he puts out is patented, it's tested, it's proven, and he shows all of the results. So a lot of times you'll hear people say clinically proven, but they don't show you any of the proof. They show you all the proof up front, and they don't leave anything behind the scenes to where you don't know what's going on. Okay. So I love that. I don't know about y'all, but for me, that is a win win. Okay. So here we go. So most people know that everyone has stem cells, but they don't understand that at 30, over half of them are going to sleep. So the aging process kind of hits full tilt, right? It's going faster from 30 on. Instead of you being in the prime of your life and things working better, they start working less. And by the time you're 60, you lose almost all of your stem cell activity, which is why for most people, that's when you see the big shifts in aging, illness, immune systems, like a lot of things start breaking. So that's how X39 really helps your body because it uses light to activate those cells. There's no drugs, there's no chemicals, There's no stimulants, there's nothing addictive, and it's non-invasive. So it's not going to cause problems in your body. It can only help you be better, not make you worse. So this is the patent, and this is for this one particular product, but all of them, all of the patents are available on the website. You can read every single one of them, and hundreds of pages of studies on them. They show all their results, how they are done, and they break it all down and explain it. When a new product comes out with this company, they do training on it, and they literally go through the study with you. The scientists that work on it and gather the data teach you about the product. Now, these are just some of the benefits. X39 increases your strength, it reduces inflammation, it increases your stamina. You'll notice if you, by say 3 o'clock in the afternoon, start to wear down, it's when your day starts going slower, right? You'll start noticing that it's 5 o'clock and then 7 o'clock. Then you notice that your end of your day, you've gotten more accomplished because you haven't been so tired, right? But at the same time, even though it's giving you all of this, it doesn't make you feel sped up like an energy drink. It doesn't give you headaches or any of the side effects that you normally deal with a stimulant, because it's not one. Okay. I'm not big on reading you the entire slide because it's there. You're going to be reading it most likely while I'm talking, right? But the thought process behind, no?
No.
Oh, no, they won't be, because they'll be watching the interpreter, right? Gotcha. Okay. So the X39's long-term effects start with, in the first few days, 4,000 cells begin resetting, right? And that continues. So if it's 4,000 today and it's 4,000 tomorrow, we have millions of stem cells in our bodies. And so that's why it continues to build on itself. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. So when you think about brain chemistry, fatigue, maybe you've dealt with illness and you have some mental fog, within 6 weeks, you see a huge shift in that. You also see anti-aging, but it's more than that. It's more of an age reversing because people look younger. The longer they use these patches, it actually makes changes in your collagen. Within 6 months, they actually have proven heart reversal in aging. If you think about it, your heart is the absolute, it's the only organ that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It does not ever take a break. So the fact that within 6 months of using this patch continuously, this is one patch, you literally put the sticker on. Mine's right here. It's behind my ear today because I woke up with a terrible headache. Okay. And I have a disorder that brought me to the patch. Okay. I was diagnosed with something called PTC. I would get into the explanation of it, but it's a neurological rare disease. And if you want to look it up, you can. It's a lot. But it causes incredible migraines. And those migraines affected my vision. They were going to steal my sight. And they said within 5 years, I would be blind. And within 7 years, I would be deaf. So the reality of me making sure this is available and accessible for people in the deaf community It's because they still don't know that I won't end up there. And I could. But I want to make sure that if there's a soul out there that this can help, that they have access to it. Okay. So on this slide, it talks about neuropathy, immune system support, disability improvement. For me, that has a lot to do with being able to see, but it also has to do with my knees. I have my joints got messed up after being a paramedic for over 20, well, around 20 years. Energy, stroke, like there is no tissue in your body that does not have stem cells. So the website that's on this slide, which is www.thisisitinfo.com. If you want to see testimonies, read testimonies, look at the details on this product, it's all available there. I will be going to check to see if those videos can have captions, because if not, I'll see if I can maybe re-record them and put them to where they have captions. That will be something that I'll need to make a note of. Okay, so this particular study that I'm showing you is for a 77-year-old woman who was placed on X39. She wore it on the back of her neck, right? The base of her neck every day for 12 hours and then took it off. Okay. Session 1, she had never had X39 on her before. And the red that you see in that picture is showing you the inflammation in her brain. Okay. This kind of messes with me a little bit because that's probably where my brain was the day they put the patch on me and I couldn't see my husband's face. Right? So makes me a little emotional. But here's the deal. She had real issues with her brain, with memory, with all kinds of things, with being able to walk normally. So her session 2 was 3 weeks later, being on X39 once a day for 12 hours. She didn't have any inflammation left. She had improved brain coherence in 3 weeks. Session 3 was 6 weeks later, and she had a complete turnaround. She was able to remember things that she couldn't remember anymore, right? There are a lot of patients and clients that I have that have early onset dementia, and they are seeing some incredible responses. It can be noted that when she came in, her brain was hyperactive. It wouldn't settle. Her brain calmed down dramatically at the second visit. After wearing it for 3 weeks, her brain remained calm after 6 weeks. So for anyone who needs to hear and see, they show all of this information on the studies. Where to wear the patch. As I told y'all, I wear mine behind my ear because of the migraines that I get. If you get, but for all of their clinical studies, the 2 sites that they show on this picture, the base of the neck to between the shoulder blades, or 2 to 4 inches below the belly button, are where they did their focus groups, right? So all of their testing trials were done with those locations. Whoever invited you to this call or shared this video with you may be telling you different placement ideas based on what you're dealing with. But do understand that even if you use these 2 locations, you're still going to get results. So the company, Our company is global. We're in 82 countries. And our momentum from 2004 to now in 20, well, actually, we opened in 2004. In 2021, we were a $20 million company. In 2023, we were 430 million, and I don't even know what numbers they released for 2025. I'm sure that'll probably come out at the end of the year. So the other thing about our patents are there's a ton of companies who have drinks and pills and supplements and skincare. We do have a skincare, and I use it, but our big product is a product that doesn't absorb into your body. Instead, it uses your body heat to create light to activate cells in your body. And that is really incredible. I'm not going to get into the momentum of how to make money with this business, but I want you to know that if you're watching this and you felt like you couldn't do it, right? Being an entrepreneur isn't something that you can do. What I do want to leave you with is if you know 5 people who deal with pain, discomfort, depression, anxiety, any of those things, the list goes on so long as to what is impacted by this product that I would hate for you to not try it. The product comes with 100% risk-free money back guarantee. Whether you do the business or become a client, you have access to that. The difference is brand partners only get 30 days to return their product, whereas customers get 90 days. So there's a little more time there, right? The other thing that I want to share with you is if you decide to start out as one and you decide you want to upgrade to brand partner, the process is very simple. Okay, so Brittany, do you have any questions, comments, things that you would like to share?
Thank you for allowing us to try to find an interpreter to do this so that we had access, because feeling behind or not part of this, it makes that feeling like you're lost and confused and trying to catch up and never really catching up. So having the access with this is just amazing after feeling watching another Zoom and not having that access, even with closed captions.